now, the moment you've all been waiting for. You feel the lights. You feel what's about to happen. The one, the only, Reverend Dr. Ken Wilcox.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Sam. What an amazing group. They're wonderful. And guess what, guys? We're going to start having them twice a month. Isn't that going to be special? And even more, they're going to start up the choir again. So that's all going to happen in the fall, but to get the choir going, they're going to have a weekend workshop. We'll tell you more about that later on, and just let them know how grateful you are that they're back. So thank you, Sam and Lucy. Well, my name is Reverend Ken Wilcox, and you're very welcome to be here this morning. You know, we are a unique spiritual community. We have no dogma. We don't tell you what you should believe. We encourage you to come to a God of your understanding, one that can empower the very best of you. Now, to make that happen, you only have to do one small thing this morning, and that is to leave all your troubles, your wouldas, your couldas, your shouldas, leave that stuff outside. And for the next 45 minutes or so, open up an avenue of spirit possibilities. And what are spirit possibilities? Well, they're for more love, more joy, more happiness, more friendship, more laughter, more dance, more music, more pimento and cheese. All those things in life that make you feel alive, that make you feel good. That is God peeking through the physical realm, recognizing itself as you. So know you're in a great place this morning, and Spirit's going to recognize and reward you abundantly. Well, just a couple of announcements before we get going. We have the singing bowls each Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. And no, that's a mistake there. The singing bowls are at 9 o'clock. Our own wonderful Patty is here, and she accompanies me. So next Sunday, be here at 9 o'clock for the singing bowls. After the workshop at 11:30 today, Sam and Lucy are going to do a sound bath. Be sure to stick around for that because that's really wonderful. And finally, our chair yoga that normally happens on Tuesday, that's on vacation for a couple of weeks. So just stay on pause for that, and we'll let you know when it starts back up. Well, those are all my announcements, and now Sam and Lucy are going to rock us out. Oh, yeah. Hit it, guys.
Making ourselves aware, the beginning is now. Washed anew, seeing life with new eyes, we're opening up. We are here in the sunlight, dancing in our dreams. I see the new day dawning, I feel my new life calling to me. I see my light is shining around. I am free. Here we are, standing on solid ground, ready to soar. All we see are possibilities leading to more. We are here in the sunlight, dancing in the breeze. I see the new day dawning, I feel my new life calling to me. I see my light is shining around. I used to put myself down, I used to
Thank you, guys. And I forgot the most important announcement of all. After a long time and helping us out for many, many years now, our own wonderful Miles is heading off to university. Miles, come up. Let them see how handsome you are. Come on, get on up here.
Hello, everyone.
Where are you going to, Miles?
I'm going to the University of North Florida in Jacksonville.
So you're going to be living up in the dorm there, right?
Yes.
So
I'll
you're
be
moving
living
away,
on
yeah.
campus.
All right. And what are you going to be studying up there?
Business administration.
Hey. Make some money for us, Miles. There you go. All right. So we're so happy for you. Now, everybody, I've told you this a lot of times, when I was Miles's age, sometime right after Sherman went through Georgia, you could still smell the smoke in the air. I had an aunt that when we'd get together, family reunions, she would side up to me and slip me a little money. So Miles is headed up to Jacksonville. He's going to need some money to make everything work well for him. So let him know how much you love him and care for him, and slide him a little bit of money if you can. He'll be very grateful for it. Thank you, Miles, for all your help, and we just love you, and we know you're headed in a great place.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you.
All right, so to get our service going, yes, Kathy's going to come up and tell us about her workshop coming up next week. Come on up, Kathy. Yes, I know.
How you guys doing? So next Sunday, we're going to learn how to read labels. There's two reasons that I read labels. The first one is so I know what I'm putting in my body, so I know what I'm feeding my son and the animals that we take care of. If you tell me that it's not going to be in there, it better not be in there. But since I've been reading labels for a while, packaged and processed foods that they make for us, there's going to be something hidden. The second reason, you have to come next Sunday and figure out what that is. So please bring your favorite health food container and your magnifying glass, and we'll figure out the truth. My name is Kathy. Our saying is love, learn, take control. And yeah, we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. So that will be a great and informative workshop. That's next week. All right, to get our service going, we're going to have Jim Saul come up and do a reading and treatment for us. Come on up, Jim.
Good morning. I remember when Miles was about this tall. It's amazing that he's getting up to where I can look him in the eye. I wrote this, and I'm just trying to say how valuable books are as far as my spiritual practice. So this is entitled Books and Words. The book I talked about last Sunday, When Fear Falls Away by Janet Fraser, and other books have helped me to have more courage, to more freely talk about my personal spiritual experiences, my enlightenment. So often in listening to Jan Fraser's book, I lost my place. So often as I listen to Jan Fraser's book talk about her spiritual awakening, I couldn't help myself. I kept saying to myself, I know exactly what she means. I had that same experience. And this is the value of having books or teachers in your life, because they so readily reflect what you are experiencing yourself. Her book helped to reassure me and help me to validate my incredible spiritual experiences, which have dotted my life for the last 25 years. Interestingly, in her book, Janet Fraser also talked about herself reading a different book published in 1944 by Franklin Merrill Wolfe that helped her to validate her spiritual experience and to make it easier for her to put into words her awakening. So I bought that book too. So here's a quote from that book that helped Janet Fraser put into words her spiritual experience. If there is a domain where enduring joy can be found and a kind of knowledge which solves all problems that distress the soul of man, then what is of greater importance than that man should find a way to reach that domain? And that was from Franklin Merrill Wolf's Pathway Through Space. To put it into my words, nothing is of greater value than your spiritual awakening, for it colors all of life in the most beautiful way possible. To find this spiritual awakening, this enlightenment, just be mentally still and become the watcher. Watch the world from that most compassionate place, and then, and when possible, help that world to find its peace and harmony. Find within yourself also the one who knows, and all will become clear to you. It's not that hard. So that is my hope, is that by me trying to describe my spiritual awakening, you too will find similarities in your travel and your spiritual awakening. So let's go into our morning prayer. Breathe. And know with me that there is one divine intelligence, and it's everywhere present. It's within you. It's outside of you. It's in nature. You see it in the clouds, sunsets, sunrises. You see it in the butterflies and flowers. It's a divine intelligence that is everywhere present, and it guides us. It guides us in two ways. It guides us, attracts us to love and beauty, and it pushes us away from fear and greed and all the unpleasantness of life. So follow the beauty. Follow the divine intelligence that will awaken you. It's everywhere and so beautiful. I give thanks for this center, for I know it has given such value to my life. I know that Ken's talk will illuminate us and lift us up. I know that social interaction is such a wonderful experience. So I give thanks for each person here. And I know that all of us will leave this morning in some way in a better state of mind, a more open heart, filled with more love. And I can release this prayer to be so, simply and easily by saying, and so it is. Thank you.
joy that flows inside. I am the light that lights your life. I am the presence deep inside. Who knows you as the love you are? Open your eyes, see God in everything. Open your eyes, I am here, I am here. Open your heart, see love in everything. Open your heart, I am here, I am here. I am the joy that flows inside. I am the light that lights your life. I am the presence deep inside. Who knows you as the love you are? Open your eyes, see God in everything. Open your eyes, I am here, I am here.
Thank you, Sam and Lucy. That was amazing. So my talk title this morning is The Birth of Spirit. I saw a powerful video that I included in the e-blessing that went out this week, and it was about a man who, when he was a young man, had been a Marine, and he had gone to Vietnam to fight in the war there. And he had been sent to the most northernmost part of the conflict, where he was at. He said the men never completed their tours because you were either wounded or you were killed. And that this was the hell that he found himself in. He said in that place, he said you didn't make friends, because he said you never knew if one day to the next who was going to be wounded or killed. And so in the middle of this nightmare, he had one glimmer of hope, and that was a music box his sister had sent him. And it was just the internal workings of the music box. And so he would wind that up at night. And he said that he would hold it to his ear and that he would will himself out of that place. He would will himself out of that turmoil. And he said he would keep a single focus on a vision of a carousel at a mountaintop in a big meadow. And said that for those moments he would will himself there. You know, in our own minds, we have something like that music box. It's the voice of Spirit. And that voice can lift us up from the very valley of despair. And it can raise us up from a broken place and allow us to become channels of this divine energy, to go out and to heal and inspire and encourage others. You never know what small little kindness, what small little gift that you're giving out to someone can be turning back the very tide of hell itself. You never know what great good you're doing. And we can do this when we step up and step out to the truth of ourselves as powerful channels of God's blessings, of its love, of its compassion, for us to become bright, shining ideas of God's possibilities. Rumi said, "Stop acting so small." He said, you are the universe in ecstatic motion. I love that, ecstatic motion. Like the whirling dervishes, we turn from confusion and we keep our eyes, we keep our focus on a greater possibilities. And we lock on to that vision for ourselves, for our community, and for the world. And it doesn't matter what turmoil may be going on in the world, we have lifted our eyes to a greater possibility. You know, they say when the Buddha sat down under the Bodhi tree, he received enlightenment. And the moment he received enlightenment, the axis of the world changed. He became the center of that axis. The confusion of the world continued to turn around him, but he was there in the center, in stillness, in love and compassion. And we can do that as well. Meister Eckhart, he said, most people think of God as distant, as out there, separated from us by time, space, and sin. But what if God is not out there at all? What if God is the very awareness, the very consciousness we're using right now? Eckhart said, God is not a being among being. God is the being itself. All of us. And that being lives through our awareness, our consciousness, our thinking. And from that awareness, we can draw what we need for a greater life. Eckhart, he wasn't interested in talking about God. He wanted to have a God experience. And that's the whole kit and caboodle of our teaching. We don't ask you to believe anything we tell you. We say experience it. Experience it. Use affirmative prayer so you can know that you are a channel of divine love here in the physical plane. And once you know it for yourself, that's the water from the well. If you drink, you'll thirst no more. You will know who you are and whose you are and what purpose you have. That you're here to bring great goodness and love. And the Spirit has created you and loves you, supports you. And you have mighty and wonderful work to do. Eckhart said that our soul contains a hidden center, a spark from where spirit lives, moves, and has its being. There is something within us, he said, that is uncreated and uncreatable. And that spark, we can dim it, we can turn it down, we can ignore it, but we cannot extinguish it. We can nourish it with love and compassion, kindness. And in the gospel, it says, if we do so, it will illuminate the world. God becoming God through you, through me, through us. This is what we're here to do. We're here to have that God experience. And when we do, the world won't be able to talk us out of it. When we do, the turmoil and confusion and negativity of the world, we'll just let it pass by like the shadows fled the morning sun. We won't be disturbed by any of it. Eckhart said there's a part of us beyond feeling, a pure awareness, and to know that our troubles don't belong to us. When we quiet the noise of our mind and let go of the frantic seeking, Spirit gives birth to itself through us. Ernest Holmes, he was the founder of our teaching. He said, the Spirit within you is God, and you need look no further. Now, if you have a trouble with that God word, some people do, just add an extra vowel to it and say, the Spirit within me is good, and I need look no further for it. And then you can go out and being channels of that good as far and as wide as you can. And dear ones, the world needs as much good, as much healing as it can get right now. Now, both Holmes and Eckhart, they pointed to the same truth. The infinite is not separate from us. It is the life within us. This one truth, many traditions. It comes from one mind. That's how Master Eckhart in 1230 or 1260 could be writing the same things the Buddhists were writing, the Hindus were writing, one mind. And in both those traditions, they say the same thing. In Hindu, they said Atman is Brahman. The self is one with the universal consciousness. In Buddhism, they reveal that the separate self is an illusion. We are one with God. Eckhart said, God is nearer to me than I am to myself. It's nearer to me than the next breath. You're one with Spirit. And it's not about losing yourself. It's about accepting yourself, all the little nooks and crannies of your personality, not hiding them, but accepting them, knowing that it all is loved, it all is God. It's about transcending this false self, that we're not our story, we're not our history, we're not even our individuality. We are the awareness which those things appear. And that awareness is spirit. Eckhart said, our consciousness is the mirror of God. You are the mirror of God. So what are you reflecting? Are we reflecting love and compassion and kindness? Are we reflecting hope? Are we listening too much to the news media and politicians and reflecting anger and negativity and turmoil and confusion? And if we reflect those things, the world will happily show back to us. If we lift our eyes up to a greater knowing, we can bring heaven to earth. That's what we're here to do, to have a greater knowing about ourselves. That we're not weak, we're not wounded, that we're not sinful, that God has not abandoned us. You were the best idea Spirit had when it thought you into being. It's never been disappointed in you for a moment. All the little small mistakes we make along the way, we are only human after all. And it's not the easiest thing to be human. Spirit is more inspired by your possibilities than it has ever been upset by your mistakes. So know that your awareness, your thought is not just a private function of your brain. It's a portal to the divine. And if you will allow it, you will see the divine showing up in your life. Last week, I found myself having to visit hospice multiple times. And I was glad to do it because it was a dear friend in hospice. And as I said, I had made several visits. And each time I went, I kept noticing that they had the television on. And there was something in me saying, tell them to turn the television off, because you know what comes through the television. And I just didn't want to say it. I didn't want to impose anything on the family. But finally, that voice became so loud, I couldn't shut it up. And so I said, why don't we turn the television off? And I said, is it possible that he may really like some music? And when I said music, his wife perked up and she said, oh, yes. She said, we used to go to the Cincinnati Symphony all the time. She said, he loves classical music. He loves Beethoven. She said, some of our best nights were there at the Cincinnati Symphony. And I could just tell that memory really lit her up. And so the nurse came in and I mentioned to her, I said, is there any way we could turn the TV so that it could have some classical music playing? She said, well, I don't know about that. She said, but we have the boombox here. She said, let me go get some CDs for you. We've got classical CDs. So she went away. She came back in a minute or two, and she said, yeah, I found some classical CDs. She said, the first one I have is from the Cincinnati Symphony. Yeah. Yeah. So my cynical friend in Atlanta, when I tell him, and I will do it just like, hitting my toe stubbing my toe at night. You know better, but you do it anyway. So I'll share it with him, and he will say, that's just coincidence. You can't make anything of that. And for him, it won't be anything. For me, it's the divine. Holmes says, if you call it dust, it's dust. If you call it God, it's God. If you call it good, it's good. So we want to see ourselves as this outlet of the divine. And when we are conscious, the divine spark is alive. Every moment of stillness, that period where we are in no thought, no grasping, just being, that's a moment of union with the creator of all the universe. And we don't have to earn it. We have to remember it. Eckhart said, look into the stillness between your thoughts. Listen to the silence behind the sentence. This is where God lives. Now, Scott Harrison, he was the Vietnam vet I was telling you about. When he left Vietnam, the war followed with him. For years, he tried to mask the pain with drugs and alcohol. At one point, he was in such despair, he went and lived on a boat just to stay away from people. But nothing would help. Then he remembered his vision, the vision of the carousel. And he said to himself, if I can start some part of that vision, if I can move on one thing of that vision, if I can take one step towards that vision, then it might make me happy, might keep me stable. So he decided to stop running from his terror and instead start running towards a blessing. He bought a broken down carousel, and for 26 years, he carved the animals for it. Now that carousel sits on a mountaintop. Scott says for him to see people enjoying themselves is good medicine for him. He went from trying to heal himself to do what he could for others. He didn't need to defeat his memories. He needed to transcend them. And it began with one small act of love. A sister sending a small music box to a soldier in Vietnam. Can you only imagine how much ridicule she probably got for that? You're sending a music box to a Marine in Vietnam? What are you thinking? Who knew that music box would become the savior of his life? Within our hearts and souls, there's a song that longs to be played, the music of God's love. And it is the birth of the divine happening within our awareness. And the question is not, where is God? The question is, where can I lay down my confusion, my wounds, my self-pity? Can I open my eyes, free my soul, lift my heart to a greater knowing? Can I be that part of God here, now, where I am? That the love of Spirit is flowing through me, with me, and for me. That even in despair and confusion, there is something within me that knows better. There's a voice of freedom within us. There's a voice of love and a compassion. And it's ours to speak. It's ours to proclaim. It is ours to know who we are and whose we are, and not be made fearful by the shadows of the night, the turmoil of the world, the confusion of the day. To know that we are here to experience God's love as we are. And that proclamation comes from a divine spark within us. It's ready to glow out like that lighthouse on the shore, to send out beacons of love and compassion and light to those that are in need. It's what you've come to do. Spirit is not disappointed in you. It's encouraged and inspired by your possibility, and it is ours to go out and shine and light up the world, to create a new heaven and a new earth in this lifetime, in this day. We're up to the task, and we're on our way. It's the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So to experience that central feeling of the God consciousness, so beautifully put, Ken, we are going to sing together 2 words. 2 words that embody all of that as feeling, not as thought, as feeling. First word, compassion. Second word, love. Let the vibration of the syllables move compassion and love through your body. So take a deep breath. Let go of worrying what you sound like, and notice what it feels like to be compassion and love.
Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love.
Feel the vibration of compassion.
Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love. Compassion and love, compassion and love, compassion and love, compassion and love.
Thank you, Sam and Lucy.
I think I heard the choir out there.
I think you did. So now we come to the time we support this center, and we do so because this is a really wonderful place. This is a place of hope and love and encouragement. Now, you can support us in several ways. One, you can do prayer work for us. That always helps to see us growing and thriving, being out in the community. You can also do volunteer work for us. We all have projects going on we need help with. And finally, you can support us in coin. However you choose to support us, know that we are very grateful for it, and know that your donation will be returned to you by Spirit multiplied abundantly. And if you will, take your intention and place it over your heart and read with me this affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. The ushers a step forward. Sam and Lucy.
All right. We having fun out there? We've got some old songs in a new way.
2, 3. Swing low,
Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
take it, Sam.
Well, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Well, if you get there before I do, coming for to carry me home. Tell all my friends I'm coming too, coming for to carry me home. I've got a home in glory land. I've got a home in glory land. I've got a home in glory land. Look away beyond the blue.
I wish back all I could spread my wings and fly and let this grounded soul be free for just a little while. To be like eagles when they fly upon the wind and taste the sweetest taste of freedom from my soul. Then I'd be free at last,
Free at last,
free at last.
free at last.
Oh, great God Almighty, I'd be free at last.
I've got a home in Glory Land.
Thank you, guys. And thank you, Andy. And thank you for your support and your love and your contributions. Your support is keeping this place alive, keeping it going. You're helping to make the world a better place. So know that that great good that you're sending out is returning to you in love and compassion and kindness. We bless it, we release it, knowing it does its good and perfect work, returning to us multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, well, we're going to conclude our service with an affirmative prayer. I'm going to do it in the first person, but take it in for yourself. If I say something that works for you, well, hold tight to that. If I say something that doesn't work for you, well, just let that part slide by. But just know this truth with me this morning. There is but one God and one mind and one power, and that power is perfect love. It's divine intelligence. That power created me from itself plus nothing else. I'm not all of God, but all that I am is God. And I am here in this physical plane to know the best for myself, to be a channel of God's love and compassion right where I am. So here today in this sacred space filled with all these wonderful loving souls, I now choose to see myself as God sees me. Not as weak, not as wounded, not in need of repair or forgiveness, but a bright shining light of God's possibilities right where I am. So here today, I'm casting aside all the baggage I've toted around too long, the woundedness, the lack, the limitation. I've played with those small ideas long enough. This morning, I am lifting my eyes up to a new possibility. This morning, I'm seeing myself as Spirit sees me, bold, dynamic, being out in the world and making a difference. I have come to life so I can experience God awing me with love and compassion and kindness. So this morning, I leave this place inspired. I leave this place encouraged. I leave here knowing that God is flowing through me, with me, and for me. So I can break the shackles of every bit of lack and limitation. I can free myself. Praise God. I am free. I'm free from all the turmoil. I'm free from all the confusion. I'm free from all the lack and limitations. I've lifted my eyes up, and there is a band of angels coming after me, singing the glory of God Almighty. This is my truth. Every cell of my being radiates this right knowing, and I release this prayer into the mind of God to do its good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my dear friends, before you leave, I'm going to leave you with one last idea, and that is your life. Your life. It's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job this week is to go name your miracle, proclaim your miracle, and make it your own. God bless us all. Now let us go be the miracle Spirit is calling us to be. Until we see each other again, this is Reverend Ken wishing you many blessings.
Got a home right here, right now. Yeah!
We love you guys.
Yeah.